G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing a movie review. Now this movie is an American horror film released in 2007, directed by Michael Dougherty, and this movie is called Trick or Treat. And the story to this one is as follows. A creepy, darkly comic celebration of the scariest night of the year from producer Bryan Singer and writer-director Michael Dougherty. Trick or Treat takes the creepshow Tales from the Crypt approach to nefarious new depths with four interwoven tales set on Halloween night. A high school principal moonlights as a vicious serial killer. The quest of a young virgin for the special someone takes a gruesome turn. A group of teens carry out a cruel prank with disastrous consequences, and a cantankerous old man battles a mischievous trick-or-treating demon. So it is a tale, it's an anthology of films, so a collection of four tales that interweaves together to make one big picture. So the first one is a school principal who moonlights as a psychopathic serial killer by night. We've got another one where a group of young women, one of them who is a virgin, she is going out on Halloween to hopefully lose her virginity and meet that right person. But when she meets the right person, not all is what it seems. Another one where a group of teenagers play a prank that has disastrous consequences surrounding the legend of this school bus that had supposedly fallen down this ravine. And then the last one of a cranky old bastard who is a very bitter old man, and he gets a little bit of mischievous behaviour from this trick-or-treating demon. So all of these things combine to make one whole picture, but it's kind of like the Pulp Fiction way, the structure that this film takes place. So if you want to know more about this one, you're definitely going to have to go out there and see it for yourself. So hopefully that little synopsis has made you curious enough to take some interest. Now my thoughts on this film. I had no idea what to expect. Trick or Treat, it's a movie for Halloween, obviously. I didn't have high expectations coming into it because, as I said, I've been bitterly disappointed by a lot of American horror films, and plus it has the Pulp Fiction structure to it, which a lot of the time doesn't work. I just feel that the stories don't really connect well with each other. So going into it, I had little expectation, but I was really surprised. I actually found this to be one of the most enjoyable American horror films in a very long time. Now, the best thing about the movie is that it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's not a horror comedy. Usually the case with American horror films, if it's not taken seriously, it's a horror comedy, so there's not really much in between. However, this film, it is enough to satisfy even the most seasoned horror fan, but it's also a very light sort of film, so it's not going to disturb you. It's just the perfect film to spend a Halloween night with a few friends. I found that there were some comedy element to the film, but I thought it was very dark humour, so it's not a laugh out loud film. Now, each story was done very well. The pacing of it was very good. I thought that they interweaved with each other very well. Some little areas, the grey areas, were solved. So it all ties up the loose ends, and by the end of it, by the end of the film, you really are left with a very rewarding horror film. Now, the acting was very good. There are a few very well-known actors in this film. The violence was good. It wasn't over the top. It was graphic in some areas, but not so graphic in others. So it really does open its doors to a broader audience, which I feel is a smart move on a business front. The soundtrack, very good. And I actually thought that as I said, there is some comedy element to the film, but it's done in a very dark way. But what really surprised me the most is that this is actually quite a creepy film. There are a few scenes in the film, pretty much with every single story. There is at least one really creepy scene, and I thought that it combined the element of on-screen violence with what you don't see as well, which is a very good combination, and a combination that is rarely done in American horror films. Now, my favourite little story would probably be the cranky old man at the end. I thought that was superbly done. It was genuinely freaky. It was done in an old house, and I thought the trick-or-treating demon who was on the front there, was actually really menacing, although it was very small. So all in all, a very rewarding film. I was very surprised by it. I had no expectation for it, but I actually thought that this was one of the better American horror films out there. So as a result of all that, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. It is a very good anthology horror film, and it is the perfect film to watch on a Halloween, or even if you're bored and you want a few friends around. I would definitely say give this one a shot. And for anybody who is younger and wants to get started into the horror genre, then this one's also a one to look at, because while it's not extreme, there is still enough brutality in the film that will make it worthwhile to the more seasoned horror fans, and as a good introduction for the newer horror fans. So, yeah, as I said, a very good American horror film. I would highly recommend it. 4 out of 5. Alright guys, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye.